Hi, welcome back. I'm excited to show you guys my van and some of the changes I've done for autumn. One of them is the window covers. I'll get into those later, but yeah, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here for the first time, welcome. And if you are part of the channel, hi, and welcome back. Autumn is one of my favorite times of the year. I love the weather getting cooler and crisper, and I just love the harvest time and all the foods and the colors of the leaves, and I don't know, there's lots of reasons for it. But before I get started on this autumn van tour, I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite autumn drinks. For this drink, I just use unfiltered apple cider, so it's just the apples pressed. You could certainly make this yourself, but I found these, I picked these up and I thought they were easy. They're tea bags. So these have cinnamon, allspice, orange peel, cloves, and star anise or anise. Yeah. So I'm going to simmer these for a little bit while I get some other things going. It's nice because they come in tea bags. And I'm just going to let that simmer for a little bit. One of my favorite things about this time of the year is the fall foliage. So I was driving around earlier and got some shots. It's just the beginning of the fall foliage season here in New England. So the trees will be getting brighter, but I thought it was nice to see like the peaks of color. And while I was driving around, I found a place to go apple picking. So before I get those prepared, I want to take you apple picking with me real quick. You guys, I'm so excited. I got my bag, I get to fill it up. And he told me where the McCowans are, which is a really good apple. I like Honeycrisp too. There was one called Ludacrisp, but I guess that one's all picked out. Although he said there were a couple in the barn I could grab on my way out. But what are your favorite kind of apples? I'm so curious. I love apples and all the different kinds, but yeah, let me know. Maybe I can learn something. There's like Cosmic Crisp. When I worked at the natural food store, I remember there were so many. Cosmic Crisp, those were good too. But we're gonna see if we can find the McCowans. He told me where they are. All right, I think I filled my bag. It almost fell. It's time to go. Well, that was fun. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff with apples. You know, as you could probably guess. Apple crisp, apple pancakes, apple muffins, apple sauce. A good applesauce, whew, now there's a treat. And maybe some unexpected things too. Anyway, this was fun. So at the end of apple picking, he did give me 2 of the Ludacrisp apples to try. So I'm gonna slice up one of those. And I'm gonna slice up one of these. These are the McCowns. So while I was driving around, I also stopped at a market that had some cheese and pumpkins and produce.
All right, where is it?
I was just gonna get the apples there, but that's what inspired me to keep driving to find this place to apple pick. But the market was cool and there were a lot of fresh things, and so I picked up the spices for the mulling cider, but I also picked up this brie cheese. And then I got some of my favorite. It's this super sharp Cabot cheese. So that's really good too. So I'm gonna make a little cheese in the apple platter while I'm waiting for the cider to steep mull, I guess, for a little bit. All right, I've got that all set up, and it's time to check on the cider. It's been mulling for a little bit. One thing that this has done is made the van smell amazing, like all those spices that it had in it. And I think it's good. I don't want it to get too concentrated. So these are the Ludacrisp, and these are the McCowan over here. And this is the sharp cheddar and the brie and my mulled spice cider. So cheers to autumn and change and new chapters and adventure and coziness. And I'm gonna try the Ludacrisp first. It's good. It's nice and crispy. And it's not like sometimes on a crisp apple, once in a while, it's like grainy almost, or like, I don't know, like it has like a thing. It doesn't have that. So it has nice, great texture. It's a very mild flavor. And I can't tell if it's sweet or tart. It's like right in between. I almost would prefer it to be like one or the other. I like a tartar apple, but this isn't sweet, but I can't like taste the tart either. It's pretty good though. A slice for anybody who'd like to try some. Look at the color. It's really pretty. It's almost like a golden. Somebody took a bite. Okay, now we're going to try the McCowans. That's what mostly I got. My whole bag is filled up with McCowans. I always said McCoon, but this farmer said McCowan. So I'm just going to say that because I really don't know. This is a very thin slice here, but anybody would like to try a bite? This also has a very nice texture, but it has a more lingering flavor. It's more mild up front, but then it goes into tart. And I like that. Whereas the Ludacrisp has more flavor up front, but then it kind of loses that. I don't know. They're both good, though. Now, the moment I've been waiting for. The cheddar and the apple. That's a good combo. If anybody looking for a nice quick snack in the autumn, who eats cheese and apples, right here. All right, I guess it's time to get into the details, the new things that I've done. And I'll start with the window covers. So part of my reasoning behind getting the window covers done is that as the days, it gets darker earlier. Anyway, the daylight's shorter, so I'll be spending a lot more time in my van and with the lights on, and it's dark outside. And so I did a little walk around the van. With the lights on, all of them. And you can't tell, now that I have the window covers up, finally, you can't tell. Before you could, like, see some light. And I'm just not going for that. For privacy, for security. Yeah, so even though it blocks the view, I have these held up with Velcro so they can come down. So for instance, I take this one down while I'm driving. It's just held up with Velcro. I used Reflectix, and I put, sticky Velcro, and then there's some on the window here too. And then it's Reflectix, and on the other side I used rubber cement, and I got this calico cloth from the fabric store that just kind of matches, and I like it. So I put that on over. And when it's time to go, they're just really easy to stick them back up in the window, and it totally blocks the light from outside. So there's also this one held up with Velcro, and I can just stick them back in. Really simple. I also did the window covers in the back here. So I already had this one on there, which is Reflectix and this fabric with rubber cement. But I've added these window covers here. These are a little bit different because it's not fabric on there. It's this window cling from Amazon to make it look like there's like a scene out there. And I had this in my Honda Pilot. Some of you guys might recognize this one over here with the swan. I did cut out some extra of the leaves of this other one. So yeah, these are sticky window covers, the images. I think this one's called like Oak by the River or something. And then this was the swan one with the pond. And they all just kind of work together. It makes it feel like I might be parked by a pond or river or something with a swan looking at me. These are the same thing. It's Reflectix and they're held up with Velcro. So I can take these down. Like if I want to see the sunrise or sunset, and I can stick them back up pretty easily. And same with that. And same with that one if I need. Another thing that I made is this throw blanket. So I had some, I got the fabric and I was going to use this for another project, but I really liked the fabric. It's very soft. And I decided that I wanted to use it. It's just 2 pieces of the fabric and I sewed them together along here. You can see the seam. And then I line the inside with the same fabric that's on the window covers. And I just used a needle and thread, and I went around the edge and sewed this around the edge. Nothing too fancy. It was really simple, and it's a nice throw blanket to have. It's a little cozier. I also have this one over here, and I can double up when I need to, and Ruby likes it. I will add that this is a body pillow with a zipper on one side. It's a body pillow cover, and I've stuffed my duvet in there, as along with some sweatshirts and clothes. So I have started using this again as it gets colder, and it's just in here. And so this is my duvet that I use at night for just extra warmth. But then during the day, I like to put it away, and when I'm not lazy. And I think it makes a nice, like, I don't know, makes it look more like a couch or something here. It makes this space a little more usable. All right, the last thing is something I'm really proud of. And yeah, I saw this fabric and I just loved it. And then it dawned on me what I could do with it, what I could use it for. So I went back and got it. And it's from Joann Fabrics, and it was on sale, but it was, you know, I don't know, but I just love the upgrade of it. So that's this. So I reupholstered my stool that I use with this cotton, quilted cotton velveteen. And I just love it. I love the design. I love the color. Yeah, it's my first upholstery project. This was, I don't know if anybody remembers before. It was kind of like a beige tweed kind of a thing. And so I just cut out the size of it and did it in steps. So for this piece, I just pushed it around. I used pins in here, and then I went around and sewed this part just to tuck it in. And then it's the same in here. It just kind of goes around. I sewed this piece a little bit down the side here. I sewed this. I did super glue this on before. I'm not going to show you what's inside because that's kind of my personal area, but I do love the way it looks. And it definitely goes with the autumn theme. I hope you guys enjoyed this autumn van tour. If you have any questions about my build, please feel free to put them down below, and I will do my best to answer them. If you enjoyed the tour or got something out of it, or just would want to show some support, could you hit the thumbs up button, please? I really appreciate it. It means a lot, and it gives me good feedback. Also, if you're new here, watching for the first time, I invite you to subscribe and join the channel. It's me and my dog, Ruby, and we travel around. She has her own channel, too. The link is on my page, and so it's our life from her perspective. There's no talking or anything. It's her view as best I can, she can. Anyway, feel free to check that channel out, and thanks for all the support of that channel, you guys. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, or anything, you know, apples or things like that. I love reading all of your comments, and I do my best to get back to them as much as I can. And but know that each of your comments means a lot to me. I really appreciate it, and I just love this community that we're building here. So thanks. Oh, I want to mention on my Patreon, I've started doing some crafting lives, so that's fun. If that's something that you're able to do and want to do, I invite you to join Patreon. We are doing crafting lives. We've started crocheting, and there's going to be some other things for the holiday season, just like little gift making things. So we've been doing that. I think now I might go cuddle with Rubes. What do you think, Rubes? You got room for me there? You got room for me too, Roops? She's like, no, I don't know. All right, everybody have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and be safe and be well. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Bye. Hi, Roops.